Hey everybody, I'm back with yet another exciting edition of What CD is Rob listening to now? And this time we go to the Icon album from John Wetton and Geoff Downes. Before the 80s prog rock supergroup would have a full reunion featuring all four of the original members of the band. Two of its founding members and primary songwriters had a reunion of their own. Released in 2005, the debut album from John Wetton and Geoff Downes' Icon project is a progressive rock feast, and one that any fan of the first few Asia albums will surely love. The album kicks off with some pretty orchestration and instrumental music with a track called Overture Paradox. To my ears, it sort of sounds like a tribute to some of the best tracks from the early years of Asia. It also reminded me of the Wwtton album. When the full band kick in with Let Me Go with some incredible soaring vocals from John, it definitely feels like an Asia album, especially the reunion era albums. I think through the years, as the band, Geoff and John grew, they definitely were able to sort of perfect the Asia sound, and it started with these discs. It's really cool. There are some fantastic vocal melodies here, as well as that keyboard sound that Geoff Downes certainly perfected over the years. If you close your eyes and listen to this album, you'll have a hard time convincing yourself that it isn't Asia, as it would sit nicely next to any of the Wetton era albums, which makes sense since Wetton and Downes were the primary songwriters for Asia. God Walked With Us is further proof of that, with the lush symphonic music, John's always perfect vocal performance, and even some guitar played by arena guitarist John Mitchell that, while not quite up to Steve Howe's Asia kind of tone, still an amazing sound, and it's a phenomenal performance. I Stand Alone comes in with some church organ before bursting into a pretty decent hard rocker that exists on a really cool rhythm section, and some immensely impressive keyboards and amazing vocal harmonies, especially on the chorus. Meet Me at Midnight, Hey Josephine, and Far Away take the energy down for a bit. In fact, there are a lot of ballads on this album, a lot of melodic tunes that I really just enjoy. And these are some beautifully written melodic ballad tracks. Please Change Your Mind brings the energy back up for a sort of slow-paced melodic rocker. This one may be one of my favorite songs here, and the vocals are some of the best I've heard from Wetton. It definitely shows why he was one of the best singers in rock. In fact, right up until the very end, every performance that he released just sounded phenomenal. Not a lot of vocalists are able to sing with that sort of energy and maintain that voice, so it's really cool that he kind of just kept it, up until his tragic passing. The next couple tracks, Sleep Angel and Spread Your Wings, with an amazing guitar solo, deliver more of that ballad-filling melodic rock that I just love so much. This whole album is just a melodic prog rock feast. It's just fantastic. This kind of music definitely suits Downes and Wetton. It's really where they shine, although the harder songs are great. There's not a lot of crunch on this album to speak of. It's just sort of a melodic rock fest. The first couple tracks kind of get some of that heavier Asia sound, but a lot of this album is just very melodic and sort of pretty. In the End closes out the album with another melodic beauty. There's some flute, drum machine, piano, strings, and vocals just full of emotion, and even a guest spot from Annie Haslam of the prog rock band Renaissance. And there's just some beautiful vocal harmonies here, and it's a great way to end the proper album. I say proper because there are a few bonus cuts here. Another rather brief kind of string piano piece called There in Your Bed. It's just as good as the rest of the album, so I'm glad they left it here, or put it on here, because I really enjoy it. And they end the album with a couple of reworked Asia classics. The Smile Has Left Your Eyes, one of my favorite Asia songs, and Heat of the Moment, which probably everybody knows at this point. Neither of the new versions really add anything that make me enjoy them more than the original, but it is a cool way to end the disc with a couple tunes that everybody knows and loves and can sing along to, and I enjoy them. Again, not as iconic as the originals, but I still enjoy the tracks. Icon would go on to release a couple more albums after this one, and then there was, of course, a previous album of some demos from the 80s. And each disc is fantastic. I think any fan of Wetton or Downes would enjoy them. the 3 studio albums. There's some live stuff too, which is actually really cool as well. Kind of to hear some of these Asia songs played live again before the official reunion of Asia. But definitely pick these up. I enjoy all 3 of them. I'll probably do some kind of review on the other 2 because they're fantastic albums as well. But until the next time, which I think you're going to see maybe today, I'm starting an Iron Maiden marathon, so we'll see how that goes. Anyways, until next time, toodles.